This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, let's start. Hello all, good morning, welcome. Welcome to performance testing using NeoLoad. I'm Naveen. I'm a certified expert in NeoLoad. We'll be walking you guys through the NeoLoad tool. To check a short introduction about performance testing, it is all about non-functional testing, right? Where we gather some non-functional requirements and then create specific scripts based on the requirements and then continue with the execution. Yes. So when we see about that performance testing, it is all about the request and the corresponding response. For example, so this is a sample Google web page. So what happens when we load this web page? So there are various links and data is getting loaded here, right? So this is the main request, and followed by there are many other links or the requests. So if we closely watch, it is all about this request and its corresponding response. So in the scripting part, what we will do is we will design the user journey or workflow. We record using the NeoLoad tool, and then design a scenario and go for the execution. So I'm just opening up the NeoLoad tool. So what I'm doing is I'm going to create a new project. I name this as a demo. Yeah, and if you see, I'm using the latest version, which is 7.7. License is not required for scripting purpose. It is required for execution purpose. So to record a sample workflow, you can click on this start recording, this button here or here. So I'll just start this. For now, I'll just go ahead and record a sample workflow. I'm not going to change any of these settings. We will look at these settings when the normal class starts. Yes. So what happens? This will invoke an Internet Explorer instance and the recording bar. So this is the instance. This is where we will be providing the transaction name or the user action name. So we are launching this sample web page, which is launch. Go to more information, click on, go on to the web page. So now this web page has loaded. The next action is probably clicking on fish. So I'll click on this. So the next transaction also loaded. Then major fish. Click on this. Then select an item. So I've just viewed the item. And what I want to do is I just go back to the home page. I'll just go back to the home page. Now let's assume this is the workflow that we have, and I'm just going to simply stop the recording. This will open up the post recording wizard, which again this part we will look later part of the session. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and leave the finish. And if we expand these transactions. So these violet color folders are the containers, and yellow ones are the transactions. And these are the transactions or user actions that are involved in this particular workflow. If we simply expand this, so let's say this is the link that I had. We simply expand. These are the requests that are involved for this particular transaction. Now let's try to open the same thing when we looked into in this Google. I'm just simply opening this web page. So as we can notice, the same set of elements, that is, this is the HTML document, and followed by there are different non-HTML resources that are involved. The same set of non-HTML elements are also present here. So NeoLoad as a tool, it's just it acts as a bridge between the client and the server. Yeah. So this is how we will do a sample recording, and there is more into it where we will try to understand various part of this. Like, so for example, if we open this up, we can see the request headers, the complete URL, its corresponding response, and how we are going to make use of this request and the response. To give a overview about, so what we are going to learn in this session is, so yeah, we will be looking into a short introduction about the performance testing, and an introduction about the NeoLoad, how do we install it, what are the different components of NeoLoad that are involved, and we will be going into the design module. This is the design module. So there are three modules: design, runtime, and results. So as it is displaying here, it is used to design the project. Means it helps, this module helps in creating the necessary script, creating a different population grouping of scripting, monitoring servers, and so on. And in runtime, where this helps us in creating and setting up the scenario. So let me open up a different script. Just a moment. So let's say, like, yes. So this is a script that we used in the previous batch. So we will be going through, we'll be creating many of these scripts, right? So if I just simply open this the course content, what we can look here is, so as I said, different designing, and there is this correlation. Correlation is the core part of any scripting, which just amounts to 80% of the effort, right? So NeoLoad offers various types of correlations, like automatic correlation, auto correlation, automatic configuration, manual correlation, advanced correlation, randomization. For each and every part, we will be creating a separate script for it. So see this, this belongs to auto correlation, automatic configuration, manual correlation, advanced correlation, randomization. So there we'll be looking into few naming standards. This is for the recording standards, and there is this validation, how a validation or the checkpoint is done. So let me just open up this part. So there is this variable manager. There is a separate script for variable managers, just to understand about it. So there are various logical actions. So these are the different logical actions that are involved in this. We will be looking into some of the frequently used logical actions. So some of them are like this loop, delay, while, switch, and an interesting part about this course is that we will be doing a custom coding using a JavaScript. So this is how a typical JavaScript um, logical action would be. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to write some data into a file. So it's like, so here I have just given the description as like, we will be extracting some order number and then writing into a, right? And also we'll be exploring more into it, like how this JS exactly works by by looking into various aspects, how the workflow flows and how these loops works, right? Yeah. And then we will be so this is all about the scripting part. So that, yeah, then we will be moving into the population, which is like a grouping of scripting, where we will be trying to learn different settings, doing this network emulation, and yeah, all these parts will be explored in this population, and also we'll be creating a dummy servers, and this will helps us in learning and understanding various counters, the performance counters that are involved or associated a particular type of service. Yes, so this is all about the design side, and in the runtime, we'll be learning about various types of performance testing. Right? So as you can see, there is this load test, stress test, endurance, capacity, spike, all those, right? And how these are designed and how this will um, help us in understanding the purpose and the objective of the performance testing that we are going to do. Yeah, and also we'll be looking into various, all of these tabs. These tabs will be enabled when the live execution is going on. Right now it is disabled. We will be also going through all of these areas. And then finally is the results. So we'll be looking into various aspects into is how to understand and analyze the results, how to get the observation of it, how to make use of these graphs. Yeah, and if there are any errors, and we also like purposely engaging some of the errors to understand how the errors are. And there is also this results manager, and we will be trying to use take advantage of these various options that are available in NeoLoad, like generating a report, filtering, comparing, or even the importing a monitoring data from a different file. Yeah, so these are the various things that we are going to look into in this session. So yeah.